Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today I'll be creating a fun summer bucket list for my planner, so let's get to it. And I've got a few tools here, some scissors, a ruler, this Happy Planner Big Punch, some white cardstock that I printed on, and some clear vinyl paper that I printed on as well. Okay guys, so I have downloaded this printable from Etsy, which I'll include the information in the link down below in the description. And I pulled an image out of this printable for the front part of this bucket list, which I'm going to show you now how I did that because I had some questions on how I've been grabbing images from PDFs in the past. First off, you'll want to be in Adobe Illustrator for this process. If you don't have Adobe Illustrator, I'm really not sure if there are other programs currently that can grab items out of PDFs, but that's the one that I use and it works pretty well. And as you can see, when you open up the file, the fonts and everything are not on my computer, so they come in kind of weird, but the images themselves are usually a vector image that you can grab. So what I do is I go to the toolbar on the left and grab the lasso selection tool and just lasso around the image that I want. Because it's vector, again, you can size this as big or as small as you need. So I'm just going to try to isolate the one image I'm going to be using here, which is this Volkswagen bus. And I like that it's a nice, clean, simple outline, which will be great for my summer bucket list. So like I said, I'm trying to isolate just that image. So anything that I have selected that I don't want, I'm holding down the Option key, and that gives me a negative selection. And that way, when I click on it, it will take away from my selection. If you want to add something to your selection, you use the Shift key and then click. So that's what I have there, and I'm pretty much ready to go. So the next thing I want to do is copy this and then open up a new file where I'm going to be printing from. Since I'm in a half letter, I'm just going to go ahead and open up a brand new file in a letter size. And I'm opening it up portrait-wise because this is going to go across a spread. So basically, just as you would see here, cut in half. That's a half letter page on both sides. So it gives me a good idea how big I want to make this image for my planner. I wanted to center it on the page, and I'm in a disc-bound planner, so I'm also kind of thinking about the maximum height I want to go so that it falls on a disc when I actually punch this down the middle. I am going to shrink it down just a smidge, I think, just to make sure it clears those discs like I mentioned, and that's pretty much it. You'll go ahead and save it and print it wherever you need, and that's how you grab images from PDFs. Now, I will mention this, that I'm going to be using this only for personal use, and I did purchase that PDF that I'm using for the summer bucket list items. I'm not taking this image and trying to sell it as my own. I'm also not redistributing this image, but I am showing you how to take something and kind of expand it to get your project done from something that you already have in your stash. Okay, so that said, we have the printout ready to go. I don't know if you noticed the color change. My printer has been really printing heavy on the magenta lately. So this one looked a little bit more pink than the one on the screen. And I've been trying to get it to calibrate. It does not want to calibrate the way I want to. So I am starting to look into new printer options. I do love a laser printer, especially for printing black and white printables. I mean, I don't think anything beats just the speed and the cleanliness of the pages when you print black and white printables on a laser printer. But I don't know if it's, just something that's kind of came up, or I just didn't notice it as much in the past, but it's just not doing that great with color these days. And maybe it just needs to be serviced. It's a pretty old printer at this point, over 5 years old, maybe like 7 years almost. So it might be time just to look for something new, something a little bit fresh and see, because I have put it through the ringer with all my projects. So that said, I'm just going to go ahead and go with this color. I think it's cute and works well still with the item here. And I've just basically went through the process of fussy cutting it out of that cardstock. And it's taking me a little bit to get around the corners of things and stuff, especially on some of these really small items here on the outside. But overall, not too bad. A lot of large, clean, easy lines to cut. So a really good object to use as my base for my summer bucket list. So now I'm just going to cut it in half, and before I do that, I've made this mistake in the past by not measuring it and just kind of making myself some cut marks. So I'm going to do that really quick just to make sure it cuts nice and, evenly through the middle. Just trying not to make any more mistakes. I've been having some DIY struggles lately, so just trying to take all the precautions to eliminate any issues. I'm also going to pencil in where I think I want that first punch to hit on these items. So I'm going to line it up here just to make sure everything is where I want it to be, basically. Did that, I put the other one in, and I was able to cut through 2 pieces of cardstock. It's not super heavyweight, but it's cardstock, and used my Happy Planner punch, which was really nice because usually, can't really handle thick materials. So the base is set up, and now we're going to go ahead and label this guy with the summer bucket list text that was included in that printable I downloaded. So I'm just going to cut it out. I had printed all of the sticker items there, the bucket list and the items that go with it, on a clear sheet of vinyl sticker paper that is made for laser printers. Now, I made the mistake of buying some refill paper for my transparent vinyl papers, and it was for inkjet only. Tried to print on it, and it was a hot mess on my laser printer. So do be sure that you are getting the right kind of printable vinyl paper for your machine so that you don't have any issues. So I have a lot of extra inkjet vinyl paper in my stash right now. I may be looking into an inkjet printer for color printing. Got a couple of suggestions from a few planner babes, so we're going to see. Maybe that will be on my Christmas list. So right now I just decided to cut the current summer bucket list that's already kind of pre-set up on the page in half and use each column on both sides, really to simplify my life. So I'll go ahead and just lay that in. I did print the sheet at 50%. That way I could get enough of these stickers on the back and not have to worry about things being too big or trying to shove things in. And I think that worked out really nicely. And now that I put that on, that's basically it. I'll use a Sharpie to mark off the items on that sticker paper, and we are all done, friends. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Bye!